Hi, Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. It is Friday,
It's Friday. It's Friday.
November
20th.
Friday, November 20th. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown, New York. The legendary Governor's Comedy Club. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show on govsradio.com. That is the website. You can see our show there. Gov's Comedy Club Radio is the name of the Facebook page. You can see our show there. And that is also the name of the YouTube channel. You can see our show there. Three avenues that you can see our show. But there's a fourth. That's right. If you don't feel like sitting back at your computer or your device, you'd rather sit back and watch on your giant TV and you want to rub your belly and drink a beer and eat some candy and potato chips, well, if you have a smart TV, a Roku, Fire Stick, an Apple TV, or any of those smart devices, you can download an app called Boxcast. And that's where you'll find all the great govsradio.com shows. They're all there, all of them, including us right now. So thanks for tuning in. Nice to see everybody. Hope you're well. As our good friends Dr. Kent Pichelle and Dr. Don Sill say, we on TV, y'all. That's right. That's where you can find us on Boxcast. If you are enjoying all the shows here at Govs Radio, please hit those like buttons, hit those hearts. Please share our shows to every place you can share, especially us right now. Please like and share our show. Please copy the link, share it, all that stuff, whatever it is you do. And tell all your friends, all your family, all your strangers about the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Tell them all about Govs Radio, all the fun shows we have here. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Roslyn Social, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Their rooftop lounge is open. They have great food, great atmosphere, great people, great service. It's just great. The rooftop lounge is open. They're available for takeout, curbside pickup, delivery, and they're on your favorite food service apps. Even their famous cocktail and desserts are available to go as well. So please give Rosalind Social a call, 516-801-4963, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Thank you from Rosalind Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Two Eagles Auto Body handles foreign, domestic. Two Eagles Auto Body handles foreign and domestic automobiles and motorcycles using such techniques as paint spray booths that are state-of-the-art and computer color matching. In the event of an accident, Two Eagles Auto Body has their own tow trucks and will walk you through the process from start to finish. From tow through insurance process to return of your vehicle, they're with you. So please call Two Eagles Auto Body at 516-328-2527, located in New Hyde Park, Long Island. That's 328-2527. Ask for John Rossi. And of course, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Bella Vista Pizza.
Bella Vista Pizza.
516-433-4464. 516-433-4464. Located at 154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview, centrally located right here on Long Island. But if you can't get there, don't worry, they deliver. They have the nicest guys there, great service, great atmosphere, great food. Everybody we've ever brought there loves it. Bella Vista Pizza, 516-433-4464. I believe Sallie upped the ante yesterday by saying you'll get 2 garlic knots now. So mention Knockem Dead Comedy and you'll get 2 free garlic knots. Bella Vista Pizza. And of course, Gina Congemmi, Coffin, licensed real estate broker with Signature Premier Properties. 631-495-7696. That's 631-495-7696. A fantastic real estate broker. Knows what she's doing. She's got it all figured out. She will make the process nice and smooth and stress-free for you. That's Gina Conjemi Coffin, licensed real estate broker with Signature Premier Properties, 631-495-7696. Gina will work so hard for you and sell your house so fast it'll make your
Head spin.
There you go. And of course, once again, we thank you for the hearts and the likes and the shares and the copy of the links and all that good stuff. We appreciate it. We also ask to support your favorite station here by showing us some love by going to teespring.com. Teespring.com. That is where you can get some Govs Radio swag. T-shirts, hats, face masks, mugs, all sorts of cool stuff. Just go to teespring.com, scroll down to the search bar, type in Govs Radio. That takes you to all of our stuff, all of our swag. All the support is appreciated, whether you're sharing, liking, or getting some swag at Teespring, as we're always in the process of making the station as good as it could be. Whether it's redoing the studio, which is what we're in the middle of right now, it does look like that all the technology will be done by the weekend after Thanksgiving, not that same weekend, the following weekend, at the latest. Then we can decorate after, but at least if we get the technology in here, we can start letting some shows in, and hopefully the COVID numbers don't continue to rise, because then we'll have to say, no, you can't come in. But of course, we're also working always on bringing you top quality content, the type of content you would expect from Governor's Comedy Club. So go to teespring.com, get some Govs Radio swag, take a picture of yourself with your swag, send a photo to us on Facebook, and you'll get yourself some free passes to Governor's Comedy Club when they reopen. Any of the 3 great clubs with the 5 great stages, and all of them great shows. Go to govs.com. That is the website for all 3 Governor's Comedy Clubs. They have exclusive. You can join their mailing list where they have exclusive information. You can get more free passes. All sorts of cool stuff right there on the website. You get on their mailing list. Govs.com. And of course, govsradio.com. You can see the show here. You can also learn about all the other shows, see our scheduling and whatnot. And last but not least, KnockemDeadComedy.com. That is the comedy troupe that Sallie and I work with. We do all sorts of audience interactive comedy shows, comedic murder mysteries, comedic game shows, comedic kid shows, and even custom comedy shows as well. You want something put together specifically for you, we'll take care of it. So if you're having a corporate event, a fundraiser, a private party, you have an establishment where you'd like to sell tickets and provide some entertainment, Knockem Dead Comedy, baby. We are the #1 comedy troupe, dinner theater comedy troupe in the whole Northeast. That's right, from Pennsylvania to Maine. That's us, Knockem Dead Comedy. So thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for helping us out. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Andrew. Hello, Adam. Hello, Kirsten. Hello, Bobby. Let's see. Bobby says he's a newbie here. We saw you watching the other day, Bobby. So you're still a little bit of a newbie. But we appreciate it. We appreciate you tuning in yet again. So we hope everybody's well. Today is Friday. Sallie got all the sharing done, I guess.
Yep.
Are we getting right into it, or are we waiting?
Waiting.
Ooh, we're waiting. All right. All right. All right. So, what do you got? Anything? Or you're?
I thought you'd start.
Okay. All right. Well, I had. All right. One thing I had. We'll get the negative stuff out of the way. I don't know if you saw. If you guys are on Long Island. There's a woman. Oh, Tim Saliani. I don't know if you guys saw the reports that came in yesterday. If you're here on Long Island, there's a mall out east called the Smith Haven Mall, and
Did we see David Clark play there? Is that where he usually plays?
You saw David Clark play there.
Oh, you didn't go?
I did not go. Hey, Rocky, how you doing, Rocky? Long time no see. Adam, we said hi to you a minute ago. All right, so there's this town. It's a town called Lake Grove. The mall is called the Smith Haven Mall. A 27-year-old woman went there yesterday, parked her car at the mall, and went into the mall to go shopping.
How sad a story is this?
That's not the whole story. Usually when you want to go in shopping, you might want to take your kids with you. Especially if they're in the car.
No.
37 degrees, the car was not running. Although that would have been bad too, if you don't leave kids in a running car either. But 37 degrees out, this woman left her 9-year-old and her 3-year-old in the car while she went shopping for 30 minutes. She's been arrested, and the kids, CPS got involved, and the kids have gone off to another family member.
What was the deal? Like, what? Were they okay? Like, I mean, it's not frostbite weather. Like, what was...
The report that I saw and read didn't say anything about, them needing any type of medical care, so I'm assuming they're okay.
When can you run it in for something? I'm
But
just asking.
this isn't running
like
in.
They're 9, right?
It's 9 and 3.
Yeah.
This isn't running in. She was in there for 30 minutes. And I was going to ask you that.
I thought you were going to say, like, 3 hours. Sorry. Like, I feel like I'm, like...
Well, I was...
I'm not a fan of doing it. I'm just, like... honestly, maybe just because how you, like, led up the story, I was, like... like, the last time we talked about a child at the mall, we talked about the Adam Walsh story where he got his head decapitated. So I think I was ready for that. Like, I was waiting for this awful... She comes back and it was hit by a Mack truck. I was waiting for something.
Well, I think you were hoping that because you don't want to please kids on Halloween and make them happy, and you don't want to decorate Christmas decorations, which brings a smile to kids' faces.
Yeah, true. But yeah, so now that I know everyone has their heads in place. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't absolutely do that. But it's weird, though. Like, when you read about, like, other countries, it's like, it's done all the time. Like, I had a friend of mine from, she grew up in England, and she spent, teenage years up in Ireland, and then she moved here to America with her husband and 3 kids. And she was just telling what a learning curve it was to move here, because... she's like, she could have had, like, the authorities, at her doorstep, like, a handful of times. And that was one of the things, like, if you're walking into a shop, you'll seriously leave your baby carriage with the baby outside, like, the strip mall with the other baby carriages, and they go, like, they'll go grab something. No one thinks twice about it.
This is in Ireland?
Yeah. And England, I think. I can't, I think it's...
All right, but that's what I wanted to ask. You see, because, 3 is definitely too young.
Oh, yeah.
But...
yeah.
I remember as a kid...
9 and 10-year-olds are like mother helpers,
Well, right, I think when I was as young as 9... it was the norm. People would go into the mall and...
Unless there's something wrong with this mother, I actually feel a little bad for her right now.
Right. Well, so are you agreeing when you were a kid you were left in your car while your parents went into the mall? And again, same thing.
No, but my parents did...
Your parents didn't know you were around.
My parents did everything humanly possible not to take me with them. I'm not even kidding. Like, I think they had family meetings about it. Like, how can we not take the children with us ever? Like I remember the first time I sat in a restaurant, which is really funny because most of, like, working through college and stuff, restaurant work, fast food restaurants, then restaurant work, that's what I did. And I literally remember being 16 years old, sitting in a restaurant for the first time. And it was this big family thing that had nothing to do with my parents. It was like something else. And so I remember sitting there like, wow.
Wait a minute.
I'm not even kidding. Let me explain, and then you'll believe me. I didn't even get to go into, like, fast food restaurants.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you.
No, never. Like my dad would be like, oh, tonight we're going to have Burger King. And what that meant for you and what that meant for me was completely different. he would go to Burger King, get everything, bring it back, and then we had this cheesy toaster oven that he would heat it all up in and then fish it out. Like, whatever they could do not to take us with them.
Wait a minute.
They were up for.
Wait a minute.
I was left alone a lot at home.
Your mother passed away when you were 12?
Well, just almost going on 13.
So are you telling me you never ever went to a restaurant with your mother?
No. Oh, you know what? I remember, you're right. I remember one time we went, it was like she was ill. She was already sick. And we went, she had like, the COVID taste bud thing. She had that because of, and I don't know whether it was chemo or radiation, but she had that. Like, she said everything to me tastes like metal. So she was like trying different things, and I remember like one time she was like, I'm just gonna go try Chinese food. And so we went and we actually ate in there Chinese.
All right, so
yeah,
there you go. So you have eaten in a restaurant.
Yeah,
I guess
I guess I didn't think about like, oh, we're going out to dinner. Like, I was like, oh, let's find something Mom can eat so she doesn't die. It was like a little different, it wasn't like, whoo, we're going out to eat. But yeah, so my parents would leave us home because after like 7, they were like, oh, if you're so stupid to die at home, then it's meant to be. Like, they definitely were like, you should have all your marbles intact, which we did, like, if you can't not set the house on fire by 9, we should know that now. Like, it was like that. So we stayed home, but we didn't, like, they would never just bring me out to sit in a parking lot.
All right, so that's the thing. Yeah, it was when we were kids. So we're talking
shopping.
We're talking the 70s. Kids were stayed home. Kids were left home a lot. Kids were allowed to go out and go kind of far a lot in the 70s too. So yeah, I do remember being, I would say 9, 10 years old and being left in the car. And again, not hours, maybe 30 minutes while my mother went in to a store in the mall real quick. It was the norm, at least that's how I remember it, and it wasn't a big deal. So, a 3-year-old, no way. The 9-year-old, I mean, and my mother didn't do this in 37-degree weather either. There was no way that was happening either.
Yeah, but what if they were dressed for 37-degree weather? Like, what if they were, like, 37 degrees, you could be dressed with a hat and gloves and be sent, like, not now, but years ago, sent in your backyard to play for 4 hours.
Yep,
so
you're right
what's
about
the
that.
difference between being dressed for, I don't know. I mean, I don't know this woman. I don't know the situation. They could be in bathing suits for all I know. So I don't want to stick up for her too much.
But that's what I'm asking. Is it...
I mean, she could be a nightmare.
This
could have been the last straw, is what I'm thinking.
Is it okay to do this, or is it okay to do this and we've gotten more paranoid as time has gone on? Because in the 70s, yes, you did have your...
I think we've gotten paranoid.
You've had your kidnappings, you had your attacks, but have they really gotten worse, or is it just more news outlets, the internet, that has just made it more scary? I personally think we're in the middle, because I do think it's a damn shame that kids can't go out anymore, go out and about and have some fun with their friends. But at the same time, yeah, you don't want, there are these cases of kidnappings and attacks.
Like remember like videos, like you used to have to like return videos at video shops.
Yeah.
Like there was this, like when Sam was an infant, and let me tell you, if Sam was asleep, praise Jesus. And I remember like one time like pulling up in front of this like video store, like the car was here, the door, you open it up, you hand it to them, like literally like you had to take like a couple of steps because the place was like wide. It was like more stuff in the back, and it was like more the center. It was like kind of like a center register. So it was literally like opening up the door, putting it on the counter, and going back. And I actually remember like standing outside the door for a while going, I'm not doing it. I'm not waking him up so I could go like that, and then putting him back and driving around for another 2 hours trying to get him to sleep.
Or Blockbuster, where you could just get out real quick, throw it in the mail chute.
Yeah.
And then run back in the car.
Right. So I was like, fuck it. Like, it's not like, I'm not like going where I can't see him. I mean, the whole time I'm like, but like, I'm wondering, like, there's no way our parents were ever worried about that.
I do think there's some paranoia because Sam's now 20 and she still does that. So I do think we've gotten
He's
paranoid.
tender.
All right, well, let's see what the comments are. Because I know we hit a nerve with Adam Snare. Andy Plagano's at home making lunch, so I'm listening. Not sure how much interacting I can do. What the hell are you making for lunch? You just make a quick sandwich, throw it in the bag, send it off to the kids. What are you, Joe Staz? What are you, a chef? Andy Plaganos lives right by the Smith Haven Mall. Rocky says she's an idiot. Adam Snare says she's a piece of shit and a horrible human. He said you can run in to pick up a pizza, maybe, 2 maybes capitalized, but that's tough. Tim Saliani says
Go ahead.
Says in all fairness, I'd leave my kid stranded on Hoth for an Aunt Annie's pretzel.
Maybe that's where she was going. 30 minutes, that's her walking through the mall, paying for pretzel, coming back.
That's 30 minutes?
From the car, parking, 10 minutes in the door, 15 minutes across, standing on line for a little. You have to eat the pretzel before you get back in the car.
I was about to say that.
Otherwise, the kids are going to be like, why didn't you share?
She left the kids in the car and didn't feed them.
Right.
Adam Snare's mad. You can't... Now, these are his words. You can't go goddamn shopping for 30 minutes. Wow.
Well, so what age? Like, what if the kid was, 10? Like, what age... What age do you... what age... there are some babysitters out there that are 10, 11 years old that you leave your children with for a couple of hours. So, I've seen it. I know who you are. And those babysitters were completely responsible. I knew this one babysitter that I use that, seriously, hands down, she'll always be more responsible than me. So, we've done it. What age? 10, 11, 12. When do you leave your kid in a car fully dressed for a winter for 30 minutes and not have your children taken away from you? But like I said, this woman it could have been the last straw. She could have been
But what do you mean the last straw?
Meaning, how many... maybe they had problems with her
3 strikes and you're out?
Maybe there was already issues. Maybe she was a mess already. Or maybe this is just one weird time. I don't know.
Good morning, Greg DeFilippo. Adam Snare says says not the mall. That usually means... Oh,
yeah, that is true. The mall is a dangerous place. Absolutely. I wasn't even thinking about that.
But
I was just thinking car.
He's not saying that. He's just saying if you're going to the mall and that means long-term shopping. 30 minutes is a while.
Maybe not. The only time I go to the mall, because I really hate shopping. Sometimes I'm stuck doing it, but I really hate shopping. So, and I think it's I was mainly raised by my dad, and I was just I don't understand this. But the times that I go now is I go to Kohl's to drop off Amazon returns, and that's so she could have been doing that. However, even if Greg wasn't saying it, it just occurred to me now, the mall's a dangerous place. It's not it's not the parking lot of a library or something, it's different, don't you think?
So you're saying mall shoppers are more dangerous than library attendants, library goers?
I'm saying I wouldn't do it anyway.
You're racist.
I'm saying I completely wouldn't do this anyway, but I am a little sad for her if she's just this normal person who had a moment. Because it's not like the kids had got frostbite or something,
Adam says the difference is the backyard or a public parking lot. It's dangerous, not as much as the weather, but leaving kids alone in a car.
I completely wasn't thinking about that, and he's absolutely right. Yeah, as soon as it hit me, I was like, oh, crap, a parking lot? Yeah.
One time my parents left me in the car when I was little. Someone attempted to throw a rock through the window. Granted, the window was open, but he did what any good citizen would have done. I wasn't allowed to go very far when I was little. This is from a new listener named Andrew Fremdier. I wasn't allowed to go very far when I was little. It must have been due to the long leash my parents put on me and that it was attached to the porch railing.
Well, the leash just started with the Amber Alert, and I was living in California when little Amber she was just playing in her front yard, and then someone scooped her out of the front yard, and I think that's what started all this anxiety, because I don't think people were taking kids out of front yards before Amber. I just never really heard of it before. Kids could go down when like our generation makes fun of the new generation, like, oh, we used to come in with the stoplights, when the streetlights went on. Like, well, that was before Amber's, attacker took her out of a freaking gated yard.
We already know Tony is pro-child abduction, says Andy Plajanos. He also says he's trying to figure out where to sell his kids. He's not quite up to the abandoning theme yet. Lou Pratch is watching. Hello, Lou.
Hello.
Tim Sallie says 30 minutes or it's free. Bobby Inn says 12 to 13. So at age 12, you think it's okay to leave them in the car?
You know what? I still probably, maybe I would in a mall parking lot, but even then, like, I don't like mall parking lots. There's just something about, kind of riffraff that you have to worry about walking around, because they could stay inside all day long. So a lot of times people with like mental illnesses are hanging around malls.
Well, Andy Plajanos says John Wayne Gacy went to the library a lot. All right, now Adam Snare, he brings up an interesting point that is pretty obvious that we didn't think about.
Okay.
Why didn't this woman just bring her kids in with her?
I don't know.
What at the mall was so important? Necessities could be bought at a pharmacy or grab a quick bite through a drive-through. It's the mall. I'm having an issue with this scenario.
Well, like I said, it could have just been like the Kohl's, Amazon drop-off, because that takes 30 minutes. You have to like go upstairs to Kohl's, all the way up to the thing, hand it in, get a receipt, run back down to your car. It's literally the only time I've gone to a mall in like 3 or 4 months.
Greg DiFilippo did leave his kids in the car once, went into the store, came out, and his car was moved.
No.
His kid moved the car.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Those kids are little.
You never know with Greg, but this is what he's saying. He said he shit himself because he at first thought
someone took them,
yeah. He said, now I leave them home and hope no one is dead when I get back.
Yeah, that's my parents' philosophy. Well, it's funny, like one time when you said pizza, like someone said, maybe go in and grab a pizza. One time I was sitting in a restaurant having pizza with my kids, and I pulled in, right? And I had it was like a Volvo X90 black, SUV. So I pull in, take the kids out, we go in, we're like eating pizza. And when I was getting in the car, I just happened to notice that I pulled in next to the exact same car. So I noticed this, right, because I'm the second one pulling in. So I'm like sitting down, we haven't ordered yet. And but I noticed the guy at the counter that's getting a pizza to go, all of a sudden I see like his head spin around because he goes outside with the pizza and he's walking on the sidewalk and he thinks my car is his. 0 kids. He goes, I look in and I don't see my kids. Like I'm holding the pizza because I talked to him afterwards. He goes, I walked down like, sorry I parked like right next to you because that must have like freaked you out. So he thought he walked outside and his car was like empty of his kids. And I was like, and all of a sudden it took him like a second to like realize he was parked right like a couple of things down, like not right next, like maybe 2 spots over. And then he like turned around, he saw his car and he was like, oh my God. And it's funny too, because the first thing he said after he relaxed and he was like, just kidding about it. He goes, my first thought was, not like at first I was like, oh, the kids, and you'd think I'd be like, my kids are gone. He goes, that was the second thought. My first thought was like, my wife's gonna kill me. That was like so funny. He goes, so I've got a lot of things going on in my head right now. I'm like, I left my kids in the car, and why is my first thought fear of my wife? So it was like funny.
Lou Pratch is asking what we're talking about because he tuned in late. Lou,
tell him because he was in the police field.
Lou, we're talking about a mother at the Smith Haven Mall out east who was arrested yesterday for leaving her 9-year-old and her 3-year-old in the car for 30 minutes in 37-degree weather while she went inside the mall shopping. Like I said, 30 minutes. So we were just, talking about that. We were wondering,
Like years ago, that they would have done that in a heartbeat, our parents. But now it's like really, your mind goes crazy thinking about all the things that could have happened to those kids.
But even back then, when we were kids, it was more of a norm. But even 3, I don't think anybody was doing that at 3 when we were kids. Andy Pagano, she may have been overwhelmed. Not saying that's cool or not, but people make some crazy decisions when kids are making you crazy.
Read D. Filippo.
Matthew just heard you tell the story. He just came clean. My neighbor Tom moved the truck for him. Just wait till I see him tonight. No way.
That makes me feel so much better than his kid, because that's so funny.
Hey, Rich Raid is watching, and Captain Jack is here.
But that's how much your friends love you, Greg. To take that time to screw with you, that's a good friend. Think about it that way. Most friends would just think it in their head. He actually took the time to mess with you. That's how much he loves you.
A good prank definitely works better when you get the kids involved.
All right, should I tell my Red Rocket story?
I think you should tell your Red Rocket story.
It's exactly what you think. It's a dog Red Rocket story. Like, it's not even like,
Well, I really don't think anybody was thinking otherwise.
Well, here's the thing. There is a Red Rocket, and then I was talking, so my sister Cindy...
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean there is a Red Rocket? Like a rocket, a NASA...
Yeah, that's why it's termed the Red Rocket. Like, yeah.
I don't think anybody was confusing what your story was.
Well, the only reason I thought maybe people would be confused is because when I told the story to Cindy, my sister, who's a vet tech.
Yeah, this I don't believe.
She'd never heard the term Red Rocket for a boner.
A vet tech who used to border dogs. Still has 2 dogs of her own. Mm-hmm. Never heard the term Red Rocket.
For a boner.
For a dog
boner. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, never had.
Well, she lived in what? Georgia? Alabama? Georgia, where she had this big farm and
she did.
boarded hundreds of dogs.
Yeah,
she's disconnected from the world.
She did a lot of good in life. Let me tell you, she took in a lot of dogs and found homes for them and did, vet services for them. And she's fantastic. And she would take the hard cases too, like a dog because in the South, they don't treat the animals all that well sometimes in the South.
They leave them in the car.
They leave them in the car when they're only 8 years old and 2 years old. So anyway, so I'm telling you the story. So here's what happened, and I feel like really stupid, but at the same time, well, I don't know. Like, I had never seen, I only had girl dogs, and the boy dogs that I have all been neutered. So every once in a while, you see, a little red. Maybe, that's it. It's just, every once in a while, they're
so
humping
you. So
you.
that's not a red rocket, that's a red pod.
Yeah, a little top of the rocket.
Top of the rocket.
Top of the rocket. So I didn't know. I had no idea. I haven't seen dogs having sex. I live in a world. What do they say?
I'm just like Greg DeFilippo was like, how do you go from talking about a mother leaving a child in a car to a dog's penis?
So Charlie's outside. So I have this he looks like he's a Chinese crusted powder puff. I know, but he definitely all you have to know.
He looks like a Maltese.
He looks like a Maltese. That's it.
Those little white dogs.
But
with
I've had him
hair.
for 10 years. So, and I've seen the little tip, but that's it. So I'm out with the dogs, they're peeing and pooing, and Charlie sits down and he starts vigorously licking down there.
On himself.
Yes.
Because you're kind of that's a whole different story.
That's Monday's story.
Oh.
So he's just in a crouch position looking. So I was like, oh, what's going on? He seems a little over interested. So he runs in and he runs on our den couch and he's sitting down there and he is frantic. So I'm thinking that look when dogs run and there's there's a poo in their butt or there's something stuck or whatever, they're a little frantic at first. It was like that. So I was like, oh, something's going on. Do you want to read?
Yeah, there's some great comments coming in already.
All right, we'll read them, and then like.
All right. Well, first there was a few more about the mother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the mother should never do that as much as she wanted. Oh, Andrew. Sorry, Lou Pratt's. My mom would never do that as much as she wanted to. Bobby Inns saying yes, she should have been arrested. A 3-year-old, come on, he says. Maybe the 9-year-old was giving her a hard time because she didn't want to go in, but not that makes it right, says Nikki.
Yeah, it was a bad choice. But like I said, you started the story talking about something happened with a mother and it left her kids in the car in a mall and went inside. And so I just immediately started thinking, because for those of you who like tuned in late, last week we were talking about the Adam Walsh story where a kid got, taken from a mother and his head was decapitated. So I was like sitting here like, oh my God. So I don't mean to make light of this at all, but I'm glad everyone has their heads and considering the next story. And,
Andrew Fremdier says, Red Rocket, buckle up, everybody. It's about to be a bumpy ride. A humpy ride. Andy Plajanos, I love stories of manually masturbating small animals. She took hard cases, your sister, but didn't hear Red Rocket? Okay. Joan is watching. Hello, Joan. Coincidence that today's topic is Red Rocket because Dog Dick Red happens to be my favorite color.
And Lou Pratt's Red Warhead. Yeah, that's all I've ever seen. I've just seen just the Warhead.
Must have been an Irish setter, says Rich Rada. I think I'm now scared to leave my dogs with Sallie, says Greg. Just be careful. It's too easy to find dog porn on the internet. I hope Bosie doesn't call in with his peanut butter story. Monday on KDC. Peanut butter, how much is too much? The Red Rocket, ready for launch. T-3, 2, 1. We have liftoff everywhere. I love the comments. All right.
Okay, so we like runs into the den and he like sits down. I'm gonna like stop like looking.
There's what?
I know.
There was nothing.
I know, but
in.
like you're not paying attention either. So I just want like.
What?
So he runs in. He sits at the desk, or the desk sits at the desk. Sits on the den. He starts like licking more, and so I look, and it is like that big. And what concerned me is that it was like out, like not attached in any like way. Like it was like it came out and it was like had like a section, like it was just off to the side.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I don't recall hearing this.
It was like
what do you mean, it's detached?
No, it wasn't detached, but it was definitely out of where it should have been.
Well, right. That's what the Red Rocket is.
I always thought that it just like came out like enough, but not like out. So I'd never seen this before. So I'm trying to like stop him from licking, and my kids are at the table and they're studying and they're 10th grade in college and they're doing their homework, and Sam is like, what's going on? Like no one got up. Like they just like Sam, like what's like wrong? And I was like, well, I don't know how to like explain this, but like the only way that I could explain it is his dick fell out of his dick. Like that's the only way that I could explain this. And Sam's like, oh, he's got a red rocket. I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's like out of the sleeve. It's out. And he's like, it's a red rocket. So then I'm like calling Cindy. I'm trying to get a hold of Cindy to tell her, and I can't like get a hold of her. And then Kevin finally looks up. He's like, stop talking. It's a red rocket. And then I look down, and like Charlie licks like 2 or 3 times, and then it just like goes back in.
What's this about? Like, it's not like you hit the button for the tape measure to come back in. I mean, it just
remember the toy that looked like a furry worm and had a string, and you'd like pull it through your fingers. Do you know what I mean? You'd put like the cord around your fingers and pull it through. You don't know what I mean? It was like this like little stuffed animal, and you'd like pretend you were moving the worm or caterpillar.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's what it looked like when it was on its way back in. All of a sudden, it was like.
What was it? Crooked? What do you mean? That's how it comes out straight and then it goes right back in. What is this?
Yeah, I had no idea that it did that.
So you heard of the term red rocket?
Yeah.
You just thought it came out like this.
Okay, this is a good example. I thought it came out like that. This entire thing was here, with like maybe a little space.
Right. You didn't realize that it actually. Well, I guess it would be the other way around.
See, I thought like let's say this is what it normally looks like. I thought it would do like that, and it was like that.
Show us again, Sally.
No. I still don't think it's normal.
It's totally normal.
You've seen that.
Yes.
You've seen it completely out.
Yes. Most people have who pay attention to their dogs.
I don't know about that.
Go ahead, Google it right now.
I did. I was like, because that's what I was doing.
Okay, so you saw the photos.
Because I was worried, but none of them looked like they were like completely far out. And then Cindy said, she goes, "Oh yeah." She goes, when you're breeding, you know, after they do it, it takes a long time for it to come back in. And she said, and they have to lick because it needs like lubrication to get back in. I'm like,
well, yeah, of course it does.
But just having to say to my kids, because I was in panic mode, I just had to look at them and go, it's like his dick fell out of his dick. It was the only way I could describe it. And Sam, of course, is trying to help me and explain, and Kevin's looking at me like, I can't unhear that.
I wish the boys didn't say anything.
They weren't even laughing at me. They just wanted me to stop talking.
I wish they didn't say anything. How great would that have been if you grabbed this dog and ran to the vet?
That's what Cindy was saying. She was totally making fun of me. She goes, oh yeah, what are you going to do? Bring him to the vet? What are you here for? Hard on. Okay, come on in. And I'm like... I'm right. What would I put down on the paper? She's absolutely right. What do I put down on the paper? Hard on. I seriously, like if you had asked me on a scale of 1 to 10, I would have actually said that I was like a 7 thinking we had to go to that. Like something bad happened.
It's a weird coincidence that red rocket looks like lipstick. Sally watched my dog, says Jack, and he couldn't be in safer hands.
Thank you, Jack.
And
he didn't have a red rocket around me.
Oh, I thought that's what he meant when we talk about your hands. I thought he was talking about you took care of the dog's red.
No.
Erin White is watching. Hello, Erin. Andy Plajanos. So Sally says, I'm glad the kids are okay. So my dog's dick.
And I didn't want him to lick it because he seemed panicked. Now I know he was just happy, but he seemed a little panicked at the time. So I thought
who was panicked? The dog?
Charlie.
What do you mean he was panicked?
Like he just wanted to get at it.
Well, what guy doesn't want to get at it?
Well, that's what I mean. Now I know he was just happy. But he seemed panicked to me, so I didn't want him to. I was stopping. I was trying to call Cindy and stop him from getting down there.
And he's like, "You're cock blocking me, bitch! Leave me alone."
That's what. Did you say that to me? I forget. Someone said, "Yeah, you cock blocked him." Oh, maybe it was Sam.
So, when you and I are making the love and getting it on, do you ever think, "Oh, is he all right or is he panicking?"
No, I think you're all right and happy. But I thought he was going to start chewing at it or something because he looked panicked. So I was trying to get him, like, not to hurt himself. Like, if we had to go to the vet, I wanted them to help his heart on professionally. And not Charlie.
So you think he was going to bite himself?
I did.
Cause himself pain and then bite himself again? So it would have been like this endless cycle of...
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. And you have to, like, stick up for me. Like, during medical stuff, I don't freak out. Like, I'm not one of those, like, ooh, I can't see that. Like, I'm the one who's like, right away, come here, let me help you, let's clean this up, I'll talk to you, I'll calm you down. You know, I'm good at that. Like, it's just something I'm good at. And this, like, freaked me out.
It's almost lunchtime. Are we getting you guys hungry? Bobby Inns brings it full circle. When you go to the mall, you don't have to leave the kids in the car. You leave them at home because nobody's coming near those kids with a Red Rocket pooch hanging around. Yeah. Red Rocket, the first dog on the moon, astronaut Frankfurter. Jeff Bosey's watching. Did the dog light a cigarette after? That's how the dogs masturbate, says Captain Jack.
Yeah, but it doesn't usually fall out. Like, I felt like it was, like, out.
It looks like a melting cherry popsicle when fully torqued, says Lou. Sally thought it was creepy. She almost deleted the video she took. Miss Sallie, you have said the word Red Rocket and Dick way too much time to mash it up and make a song parody. Ooh, that's Pasusu. Poor little guy has doggy Peronis. Wow, how does a dick fall out of a dick?
That
Talk
is
about
that.
being double dick.
Did you know that? Did you ever hear that term before?
Doggy Peronis?
Yeah.
No, what's that?
I think that's the term of when they can't get their dick back in their dick.
Can't get their dick back.
That's what it looked like.
Out of the sleeve, in the sleeve.
Yeah.
They taste funny too. There's nothing better than walking up in the middle of the night at your bed is shaking, and your bed is shaking to realize that your dog is next to you sucking his own dick. Today on KDC, bad parenting and dog dicks. Jeff Boats, he's glad he tuned in because he learned that with Sallie, it's all about the D. If you could lick your own dick, says Jack, you'd never leave the house. Right, that's what I'm saying. All men are trying to do that.
I just thought he was trying to hurt himself.
Rich Trader, this looks like Bosey's parents teaching him about sex. It texts me when the dog dick segment is over. Thanksgiving is next week, and this is putting me in a bad place, says Bobby.
No, I'm done. I just want to explain the story.
Greg DiFilippo has a 180-pound Brazilian Mastiff. Mastiff or Mastiff?
Mastiff.
Mastiff. You should see him pop out his Red Rocket. It's bigger than Ron Jeremy. When you've seen as much dog porn as Tony has, you've totally seen a Red Rocket before. Sallie, do you fantasize about Tony having a Red Rocket one day? No legs, just a Red Rocket. Oh, that's what I should do. Get a rocket attachment to my prosthetic, painted red. I'm golden.
It definitely looked weird.
Well, they're not exactly pretty.
Yeah.
Is there such thing as a pretty penis?
Yeah. You know, if you're comparing, sure. Yeah.
Bobby Santos, poor guy, he's new to us. Wow, this is a crazy crew, just up my alley. This is why I have female dogs only, says Kirsten.
Oh, that's funny. I never thought about it. Yeah, because I like all the dogs that Charlie's fixed, so I don't know what the heck was going on.
Andy Plajanos, I'm sure the therapy bill won't be too bad as the boys go to a therapist to talk about their mom who was talking about dog dicks on the radio.
It was so funny to see, like, Kevin's face because Kevin's always been, like, really private. Like, I remember he was, like, 3.5 and potty training, and I think that's the last time he let me near him. He was like, bye, got it, you know? So he doesn't like to talk about any of that stuff, right? Don't you think he's, like, he's not shy, he just...
I'm just wondering why you're talking about the last time you saw your son.
I don't know, just,
Joan Krubriasher must have been hour 5 of the Viagra. Bobby Santos says, doggy style. Aaron says hi. Dog dick also sounds like a crayon, and all the other colors next to it, 50 Shades of Greyhound.
Yeah, butt to butt.
What?
Like, that's how they have to stand when they're, after they do it.
It comes all the way out, and they kick their leg over and get locked together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've seen that, but I don't know. It just freaked me out.
Andy Placenos thought when you were getting involved that you were going to take care of it for him. Placenos, I was having a dog dick for lunch, so this is convenient. Lassie blew himself in between takes. Says right up. Oh my goodness. From DA says, now I know why men say when I come back in the next life I want to be a dog. That way they can get away with humping their way into any situation and not go to prison. On a bun with sauerkraut and mustard. So that's why my wife brings the dog when buying lipstick. Greg DiFilippo says his girlfriend tells him he has a very attractive penis.
Who's that?
DiFilippo.
Nice.
She's lying.
Oh.
There's no such thing as a pretty penis.
Why? There is.
Really?
Well, there's strange looking penises. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not as strange as Charlie's. Anyway, did you have anything else? I don't know if you wanted to talk about Moneyball at all. Or did you want to save that, or you want to like?
Save it? What do you mean? The movie's like 10 years old. What do you mean?
Well, I didn't know if you had stuff to talk about that you wanted to. It's Friday, so.
Well, yeah, we watched Moneyball last night. Not the first time we've seen it.
No, but
It's a great movie. You know what? I will mention one thing. So we went from leaving kids alone in the car to dog dicks to now Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Do you ever notice how some actors have a thing? We're not talking about dog dicks. Like De Niro, he's known for repeating himself in a lot of movies. You blew it! You blew it! You know, like he's...
Okay.
Do you ever notice Brad Pitt? I think his thing is eating.
He always eats while he's...
In Ocean's 11, he's eating in almost every single scene. And then in Moneyball, I didn't notice that until last night. He was eating in a lot of the scenes.
Oh, no, I never noticed. I mean, now that I...
In most of the scenes, he was eating something.
Okay.
So, yeah, and go back, but especially Ocean's 11, I think he's eating something in every single scene.
He's like eating on the go.
Except when he's not on the, when he's not pulling the job off. But every other scene, I believe he's eating. So I think that's his thing.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it.
It was a good movie though. Like I'd seen it before. You've seen it before.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, I was saying, like, I read the book. I read the book before I saw the movie, and the book was really good. And so take that to heart when I say that the movie it's better than the book. And like, who says that? Like, if it's a crappy book, yeah, but it was a good book. It was really informative, and the movie was better. And I was trying to figure out why. And Aaron Sorkin wrote it, or did the screenplay. So
The screenplay, yeah.
In my opinion, that's why it was sharp and smart and funny.
Well, what other movies can you say are better than the book?
Really? I mean, I don't.
Forrest Gump.
What's the I didn't read that book. What's the horse movie?
The Horse Whisperer?
No,
The Godfather?
Old horse.
What?
The jockey was too big.
The jockey's penis? What?
No.
What do you mean? I don't know what movie you're
The
talking about.
jockey was too large.
Tell him Large Marge sent you. Secretariat.
No, but like one of those.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Someone will say it. It's like a food. The name of the horse. I can't remember. Maybe not.
Kibbles and Bits.
The horse movie with Maguire was in it.
Tobey Maguire?
Mm-hmm. He was a jockey.
I have no idea. I don't recall ever hearing of this. thing.
So that movie was good.
Mr. Ed.
Like, it wasn't like my favorite movie in the whole entire world, but it was a good movie. And that book was torture. Like, every page could have been a paragraph. You know, like, it was like Hemingway. Like, get to the freaking point. Like, it had so much detail that it kind of, like, the book kind of ruined it for me. But the movie...
Cat in the Hat, says Richard.
No, someone will say it. But that's probably the only time when I'm like, oh, I didn't want to see the movie because the book was so dry. But Moneyball was it was a good book and the movie was great, so I really liked it. And I was like really interested in like I loved the whole idea of like making the catcher the pitcher. I thought that was like a good twist. Or first baseman.
Oh, I was going to say you're watching porn again. Captain Jack went to your house to see Cooper. He was chasing twigs and they couldn't get him to play with a big boy stick. Greg DiFilippo is offering to send a picture of his penis to decide if it's pretty.
No.
Send it. I'll make Sallie look
No.
Is it me or does a dog's asshole look like the tip of a shy cigar? My penis has a lazy eye. Wasn't correctable back in the day. Kids alone in the car, dog penis, and Brad Pitt. So we're 3 steps away from Kevin Bacon, says Rich Rada. Brad Pitt was eating dog dick in Ocean's 11. Bobby Santos loves bacon. Oh my goodness.
Seabiscuit. I'm like, there was like biscuit. I couldn't figure it out. Yeah.
Seabiscuit.
Yeah,
Thank you, Rich Rada.
The movie was
I
good,
never heard of it.
But the book was like,
Is it a true story or something?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What the jockey was too big so he had to lose weight? Wow, that's riveting.
Well, he was always starving. Like, he wanted to be a jockey.
Yeah.
So he was just always just eating, like, you know, a morsel of bread a day just to, like, stay really thin. Because he wanted to be a jockey. And the horse was, like a shorter horse. But, like, it was the combination of the two of them that they just, you know... the jockey and the horse just worked it out where they actually won. They won a lot.
I'm so sad I missed that one.
It won like best movie or something, no?
It did?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I never heard of it.
Seabiscuit, really?
Never heard of it.
Moving on to horse penises now. But yeah, so I liked Moneyball. I liked Philip Seymour Hoffman. I thought.
Oh, he's in it?
Yeah. No, not the
Seabiscuit.
Moneyball. Yeah.
Yeah, he played Art Howe.
He's great. I thought, I liked a whole bunch of stuff about the movie. But that's actually all I had.
Have you ever stayed in your pajamas all day?
Yeah, I mean, in COVID, I can't imagine anyone ever saying that they haven't. And not that I didn't before then, but... Like, COVID, like, I'll go to the food store with, like, slippers and sweatpants. Yeah, I don't care.
Have you ever been water skiing or snow skiing?
Yes. You?
Have,
How come you're not, like, saying?
Stay in your pajamas all day long? Well, yeah, I was sick. So, of course. Been water skiing or snow skiing? Yes. Actually, no.
You haven't water skied?
I haven't water skied. I've done the...
jet ski.
The jet ski.
It's different.
Yeah. And with a jet ski, I think it was the first time I was on it, I didn't know if you're going too slow, you don't have control. Like, you have to put some speed on it so you can really... And I didn't know that, so I was starting off slow to kind of just get a feel for it, so I was just all over the place. And then somebody yelled to me, "You got to speed up to get moving." So, but I was so bad that when I sped it up, I just made it worse.
Yeah.
And I ended up going close to land, and I was near a lot of boats. I ended up toppling over, and the
wow.
And the police that were this was up in Lake George. the police thought I was doing this on purpose. They thought I was just being a dick.
Oh.
So they, so I come out of the water. So I topple over and I'm in the water. All of a sudden I see a hand come down to get me. So I grab the hand. The guy pulls me up, and it was a cop. And they pull me onto their boat, and they were going to arrest me. But luckily we, there were a few of us there, and they were all verifying that I had never jet skied before, so they let me go. Let's see. What else? Have you ever smoked in the high school bathroom?
No. Ugh.
Have you ever?
Have you?
No. Cigarettes are disgusting. I'm sorry to all you smokers out there, but that's just something I could never do. I never liked the smell or the. Have you ever put someone's hand in warm water to see if it would make them pee?
No, but have you?
No.
Oh.
No. I've done other things to people while they're sleeping. That did not come out right. Have you ever fooled around in a photo-taking booth?
No. Have you?
I've tried.
You slut.
That's right. Have you ever bought sexy underwear and wore it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Have you?
Yes. Have you ever gone skinny dipping?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you?
Yeah. Have you ever made up a story to get out of a traffic ticket?
Oh, all the time.
Give us an example.
I could even muster up tears. Yeah.
Really? And have you done that?
Totally.
So a cop has pulled you over and you started to cry.
When he's caught me, when I haven't done my highway maneuver.
She's actually ditched cops on the road when she sees them coming out.
A handful of times.
She's AC Cowlings.
Yeah, I have a highway maneuver that I do. Like one time, yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm driving. Show us those tears. I'm a cop and I just pulled you over.
No.
Show us.
No.
Come on, hotshot. I can get tears going. Show us.
Nope.
Why not?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not gonna.
Why?
Because I can't do it now.
Why not? You could do it then. Why can't you do it now?
I don't know why I talked to you.
All right, well, give us an example then of one story you've told a cop to get out of a ticket.
Oh, just
I have to poop.
Someone, my sister called me and she's in an accident. Shit like that. Whatever.
Terrible.
Whatever it would take.
And then when your sister has an accident, that's karma.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Terrible.
Yeah. How about you?
No, I've never lied to try and get out of a ticket. Never.
Really?
Yeah. I'll argue. Well, I shouldn't say argue. I'll debate with the
That
police
goes
officer.
well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't give the cop a hard time,
Let's just say
I will say I wasn't doing that, or I didn't think it was that bad. Whatever.
And you get the ticket and I don't.
Well, I'm not putting my loved ones in jeopardy.
With bad karma.
That's right. And I've begged and pleaded, but I've never lied to get out of a ticket. And
like one time I was driving from Massachusetts to Long Island, and I was and I got pulled over, and I just said to him, I said, you know what, I've got said sorry, I've got a lot going on. I didn't know I had to make a trip, to Long Island. Something serious is going on, and I just wasn't thinking. He's like, don't worry about it.
And were you like, I wasn't thinking?
And I was like, I wasn't thinking because I was playing with my boobs.
Nice. That would be cool.
And you argue with them?
I wouldn't say argue, but I have at times, and not so much when I was younger, not so much these days, but when I was younger, I would say I wasn't doing that, or come on, I wasn't, or I would say, come on, for 5 miles over the speed limit, really? Like I would say stuff like that.
That's never gonna work.
No, it never.
Ever. Like someone should have told you. That just makes them mad.
I will say I haven't really gotten that many tickets in my life because I've had a commercial driver's license since I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
And so when a cop sees that on your license, because if you get tickets, you get points, that could hurt
Your
job, and you could lose a CDL if you get a certain amount of points.
So you have to really make them mad for them to screw with your livelihood.
Well, right, that's the thing. They see your license and they see the commercial driver's license and like, oh, all right, look, do me a favor, take it easy, don't do this, don't do that, whatever you're doing, they give you it back to you. One time I was doing 70 in the rain on a highway. It was 55, but in the rain it makes it worse. And the cop, he was yelling at me when he pulled me over, but then he saw the commercial driver's license. He's like, all right, here, take it easy.
Because you're a skilled driver, so.
Yes, I am. Have you ever eaten a whole cake or a whole pizza by yourself?
No.
Have you ever played a trick on someone or had someone play a trick on you?
I'm sure. I just can't remember. Do you remember one?
Yes. Yes. A friend of mine who will remain nameless. This was years ago. I had my first house, and I was young. Didn't have kids yet. Friend of mine went to a wedding, and he was smashed, really, really drunk. And I don't know why, but his wife and him came to my house after this wedding. I don't, to the life of me, have any idea why they showed up at my house at 12 o'clock at night. But yeah, my buddy was hammered, and he lasted maybe a whole 10 minutes, and he was out. So, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, so he's laying there. He just fell right on my floor. And he's laying stomach down, and his chin is on the floor up like this. So his wife put makeup on his face. One of the girls that were there had a sex toy. So she put it in between his legs, didn't put it in his butt or anything, but put it in between his legs, near the butt. And we took a jar of Vaseline and we opened it and just left it open next to his face. And then I took a picture, but I did it from an angle to make it look like that it was in his butt. And he's just like this. So we took pictures like that, and then we gave it to our little circle of friends. We gave everybody a copy. And then eventually he got all the copies and threw them out. But yeah, I mean, shit, that's just one trick. I mean, I love pranks and tricks. Like that one time we went to Eric's house. I don't remember why we went there, but somehow we got into the house. You remember that?
Yeah, he left like a folder of some sort on the counter for
But
you.
I guess he was okay with leaving his door unlocked, I guess. We went into his house and there was nobody there, so we ran into his bedroom and we jumped on his bed and we were all over each other like this. We took a bunch of pictures and sent it to him. I thought that was funny. All right, one more question, then I'll read comments, then we're out. Have you ever skipped a class or a whole day of school?
As long as you don't ask why. Yes.
Why? I'm going to ask you why after the show. Can I ask you why after the show?
Well, I would just do it because I had I remember one day skipping just because I had too much homework and I wanted to finish this stuff.
Nerd!
I know, that's what I didn't want you to say.
Oh, that's the reason?
Yeah, because I didn't want to be like...
Well, I wasn't putting pressure on you to answer it.
I would love to say, because I was just going to be a badass that day. Meanwhile, I was at home on my typewriter with my white out trying to do a paper.
And that's what us kids who skip school used to say. Let's be a badass today. Let's get on our leather jackets and smoke our cigarettes and steal something.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Wow, everybody's answering. Very nice. Let's see. Okay. The bear went over the mountain. Oh, Plajano's talking about books he read. Kirsten says, yes, I am right now. And what?
Skinny dipping?
Oh, yeah?
Skinny dipping.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can send us pictures. What was the first question I asked?
She's crying in front of a cop, skinny dipping.
Oh, stayed in your pajamas all day long.
Oh.
Damn it.
Okay.
She's been snow skiing. Have you ever stayed in your street clothes for more than 24 hours, says Plajanos. Yes.
Yeah, you don't change much. I have like different layers of what I'm going to wear throughout the day.
Captain Jack says many times, I think he's talking about snow skiing, but he's talking about a different type of snow skiing.
I think that's what he was too.
I smoked in Taco Bell bathroom. Weed too, says Andy Plajanos. Wow. Everybody's just answering, saying yes, yes, yes. I've peed on people to see if they would stick their hands in warm water.
Who said that?
Plajanos said that. I've skinny dipped and ended up in a woman's one-piece suit. The first time DiFilippo ever went skinny dipping, he went pool hopping late night in Azalea Lane pool and got caught by the cops. They made me sit on the street at the corner naked till the sun came up.
No way.
That's awesome.
That's awful.
Andy Plajanos never lies or argues. He takes full responsibility and only once got a ticket. Wow. Bobby says he never gets a ticket because he follows the rules.
Oh.
Sure you do.
I don't. I'm a little fast.
Captain Jack, yeah, she is. Captain Jack got stopped once. I asked him if he was selling tickets to the Troopers' ball. He said Troopers don't have balls. He was so embarrassed, he walked away. Captain Jack ate a whole pizza.
Can I tell them your dumbass story of like getting your last ticket?
Oh yeah, sure.
Where he gets pulled over like by himself. He gets pulled over, and my sister's husband was a canine cop, and so Cindy gave Tony a sticker to put on the window, but he didn't put it in the backseat window. He put it like on his own window.
Some people put it on the front windshield in the corner or something, or they'll put it in the back. Yeah, I put it on the
you usually put it because you want them to walk up and see it.
Right.
So you put it in the back. So he puts it. So then he's like, "Oh, good. A cop's coming. I'm not going to worry." And then he pushes the button and the window goes down. The guy doesn't
to talk
see
to
it.
him. Yeah, so he never saw it. So we moved the sticker.
I'm like, why didn't he see the sticker? He's like,
not only a sticker, 2 stickers, because your sister gave us a sticker because her husband was a cop.
yeah.
But I'm president of the Special Needs Division of the Police Athletic League here in Nassau County.
He's the president of the Special League.
So I had a sticker for them there too.
And then he's like, hold on. All right, is that it?
Well, that didn't happen. No, you hit a button, but I didn't even think. That. Wait a minute, the stickers. Like it never even occurred to me.
I know.
Yes, we're done. Everybody's saying enjoy your weekend. You guys enjoy your weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It is Friday, so anything on tonight? No. Tomorrow. Anything on tomorrow? No. Oh, you know what we do today? 2:00.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we as we mentioned yesterday, Marla had some technical difficulties this past Wednesday. The show will be up. We're going to show what she recorded that day, and it's a fun show. So check out Marla. Flip the Switch with Marla Schultz. That's going to be on today at 2:00. So be sure to watch Marla.
Bye, everyone.
Your sister's husband was a dog. Oh wait, my bad. Canine cop. I get it. Did I say he was a dog?
Nope.
Oh. All right. So so enjoy Marla at 2:00. Sunday morning at 11. Felix will be on. On Monday, Sallie will discuss the speed at which rabbits hump. Have a great weekend, everybody. Sallie and I will see you again Monday at 11. And then we're only doing 2 shows next week because it's the holiday.